So, I would like to record something and get a poll sort of thing. I want to know, I will finish all of my playthroughs that I've got here, but I want to know because views have been down and the covers will continue. I know y'all probably don't want to hear that, but they will because I need something to pad red time and I can't always record. I can't always play video games. I would love to be able to do that on a more regular basis. It just don't happen. Like, I can't begin to tell you when I picked up a controller. So, here's the deal. What would you guys like to see? Would you like to see more original stories, more original content, more original stuff that I've written? Because I've got it. Oh boy, have I got it. Now I may have to chop bits and pieces of it up because I don't want all of it out here on the internet for everybody just to watch and see and view. Um, that being said, there are some things in the public domain that I intend to read. One of them being one of my favorite series of books, that of Oz. I am a huge fan of anything to do with Oz, the original series, and the Wicked play. I don't like the Wicked books. The Wicked books can go die in a hole. They made a musical adaptation that was really good, but the Wicked books themselves, you guys know how I feel about sex on the page, and if you don't know, then I don't like it. I really don't like when you have to have naughty material on the page of whatever you're doing. Um, that's just where I stand on it. There are some covers I'm still working on because I can't really actually use what I have. I've recorded a few bits and pieces that I will post because for the lulz, and I really sucked at these particular ones. Once I get things done, like once I get things figured out, I plan on going about and doing more in the way of covers and more original content, more stories that I've written. I've got to, in order to do this though, as much as would love to do it, I've got people who are supposed to be drawing me artwork, and it's taking them a bit, so it won't happen until then. But would you like some original poems? Would you like some original content that is posted with my logo or with some, if I can find artwork, you know what I mean? The one thing I will not do, and this is why you won't get it very fast, is unless I can find an artist that's specifically dedicated to what I want to do at a reasonable price. Um, because I'm not going to use AI in my videos. I will not use AI art. I will not use AI music. Um, I just don't view that as a good option for creativity. Machines can never replace people. It can help people. And so I will use it in like rough drafts and stuff to see how things would sound. Um, but I'm currently working on a piece for, I'm not exactly gonna sure how I'm gonna put this, about the struggle of finding someone. And I should explain the story as to why it's been so difficult for me to find someone. I'm not anything weird or anything like that. I'm not one of those strange sexualities or anything like that. I am a regular heterosexual guy, and I was a guy from birth, so I'm not trans or anything like that. Look, if you are, good on you. That's the way you quote unquote are. Um, I'm not going to get into that discussion because I don't want to start arguments. I'm here to create. I'm here to make stuff. That's my goal. That's my game. I want to make cool art that people want to see and listen to and talk about and question. But I will tell you this, my romantic life has been complicated. I hate to use that term, but it has been complicated. See, since I was 16, I have had dreams and visions of family life and that kind of thing. And so I know, because I know these dreams came from God. They came from, I believe, God, and I really do believe that they did foretell at least a version of the future. I don't know if it's entirely accurate or if it's like some perfected version or if it changes over time based on the choices that I make. I I don't know. That's one of those things I'm not sure. That's going to be part of the piece. And I'm not sure if this is going to be a poem, a story, an epic, or uh, some kind of in between thing. Um, but in this set of dreams that I've had since I was 16, I had um, one woman standing by my side. And I don't know who she is. There were times that I thought I knew. Um, but the thing about it is, I never got a full view of her face. Only a smile. That's all I can tell you. And smiles are good. Um, Smiles are like fingerprints. And they are like, there's no one on earth that has the same smile. How do you know? Now, people will say, Bryce, how do you know this smile exists? Apart from faith, not much to go on, though I believe I have seen it in real life once before. For context, there is the video about the mystery girl, who, by the way, I still have not found. I still don't have a confirmed identity on who this person might be. Um, but it's basically going through visions and dreams and things like that, and seeing them come to kind of fruition. Not really come to fruition, but pursuing God through looking for this dream, this vision that he gave, and being unable to find it and being frustrated because you're coming up short. And it's a metaphor for life and the pursuit of God's purpose. And there'll be little bits and pieces because, spoiler alert, I did not win or even place in that competition. Um, so yeah, um, look forward to hearing that story that I entered in there coming as soon as I can. Um, get it out to you because I don't want to just have it with my logo. I want it to stand out, and eventually I would like to get to a place to where I can produce enough artwork um, to actually have all of my videos have some form of artwork. And by the way, if you guys have any place that you know of that you can actually get art that's not necessarily AI that you can use in thumbnails and things like that, please let me know. I'd love to shell out a little bit here and there and pay for a few packages of art so that you guys can view something other than my logo. Don't get me wrong, my logo is awesome. It's actually made by a good friend of mine, and I love it. But I know you guys get tired of seeing that in the thumbnail. So any advice on what to do about that would be amazing. If you guys happen to do YouTube on the side, some of you, I know some of you do, at least two of you do. Um, and I would be glad to get any tips that I could. Um, but yeah, what do you guys want to see? What interests you? I know gameplay, and I know one of you is going to say VR. And VR is coming. It's coming. But I want to get established as a YouTuber first before I try to experiment with VR. Because VR, I've experimented with it a little bit in my free time, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a great mode to do videos in, but it's also very, excuse me, let me get some water. Um, it's very difficult to play VR because you do get motion sickness, and or at least I do. And if I'm going to get motion sickness, my instinct is stay away from it for the most part, and not really stay away from it completely because I still play it every now and then. But it's one of those things. I don't do it as often because I get motion sick, and some people have told me, they said you need to do it more if you're getting motion sick because you need to get used to it. My thing about that is, okay, I can see where you're getting what you're getting at. Um, and that's great. That's wonderful. I just don't have time because there's extra things you got to do to set VR up, and it's just not there yet, and I don't have the time to actually set these things up and do. Maybe, like I said, when I get more established and I'm actually working from home and I'm doing things to get to that point, I'm uploading almost on the daily. That's why I'm doing the covers. That's why, even when I can't record gameplay or edit gameplay, I am trying my absolute best to make sure that you have something to watch, something to produce. That's part of the reason I'm making this video is I want to do well for you guys. I want you to be happy with what I do. And I like doing the gameplay. It's just that when I get home after 8 hours of work, sometimes the last thing I want to do is get on the computer and record a bunch of video. You you'd think it wouldn't be that difficult, but it is. It's not the same as putting a live stream up because with the live stream you have to edit it, yeah, at the end, but until you edit it, at the very least, it's still there on YouTube. It's still there on Kick. It's still there on Twitch. And all of my past live streams and stuff are there on Twitch and Kick. And I would love to do more live streaming because it is so much simpler. However, as much as I love doing the live streaming, I can't because of the way my internet happens to be. But short of anything you request, and again, don't request VR because VR is coming. It's just a little farther down the pike than some of you would like. I'm looking at you, Deck. You keep wanting me to play VR, and you keep wanting me to play these VR games, and they're coming. They're just not as far down, far. They're just not as near in the future as you would like. And I'm sorry that that's for those that are subscribed for my um hoping that I'll get into the VR quickly. Um it's just taking some time to get to that point. But until I get this stuff done, I plan on making sure that, like I said, covers are continuing to be uploaded because I want to make sure that you guys have something to view, even if it's not something that you may be looking forward to, like gameplay. By the way, if you do want to see more a different game other than Kingdom Hearts or the stuff that I've been playing currently, please let me know because I do want to try different games. You want to see more Assassin's Creed? Great, let me know. You want to see um, Ratchet and Clank? I've got a Ratchet and Clank game. I've played it on stream once before. I'd be willing to try it again. Um, Great, go ahead and do it. You want to see more original content? You want to see more songs? You want to see more things that I've done? Great, let me know. I'm just trying to figure out and gauge what you guys are into because I um, I just want to make sure that I do well for you guys and put out plenty of good content, good old fashioned content. And again, any recommendations for art and things, put it down below. Put it down below. I really want to make sure that I do this as well as possible. Um, so that's all for the announcements and questions and things. I don't know how to do polls or anything like that, or I would. Um, have a good night. I'll see y'all hopefully tomorrow because I am off Thursday, and hopefully I'll be able to play a little bit of video games. I definitely plan to edit and update y'all on different things because I like I said I got a huge bit of gameplay that I gotta record over to a degree when it comes to sound because there was some stuff I was singing in the background that I'm just like, okay, I know I changed the lyrics of that, but I want to make sure that I don't put it out there because somebody could mishear it and be hurt, and I don't want to do that. I want to be uh, understanding and make sure that things are fair for everybody. And as much as I am for free speech and for freedom of expression, there are some people that, if they heard some of this stuff, might get upset because they might mishear. Because there is like I said, the song is It's got a really offensive word in it, and even though I changed the offensive word, um, somebody could still think that I said the offensive word, which I wouldn't. Um, and like I said, normally I wouldn't bother with it, except for there's a whole bunch of people that are currently subscribed to my channel. That when I say a whole bunch of people, I mean like good portion of people that they're very careful with this certain word, so I have to be careful as well. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't actually say the word as far as I know, unless I lost control a little bit. But the substitute word could be misheard, so I want to make sure that I replace the audio with something better. Maybe replace it with some singing. Bad singing. So I'll let y'all go. Have a good night. Let me know.